Welcome to our video interview today. We are discussing a very exciting partnership between Alula Technologies and ROOK. I'm joined today by Marco Benitez, the CEO and founder of ROOK, and Simon Spurr, the Executive Director at Alula Technologies. Welcome, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks, Nelson.
So, Alula and ROOK have formed an exciting collaboration and partnership. And we really want to discuss how this partnership, how it's going to play a role in potentially transforming and enhancing customer experiences, etc., in insurance, healthcare, and employee benefits. And I think maybe to start this off, guys, if you're comfortable, maybe the two of you could give us an intro to your respective companies. Simon, we'll start with you from an Alula perspective, and then Marco, we can move to you and you can introduce us to ROOK.
Thanks, Nelson. So I'm Simon Spurr. I'm the Managing Director of the Alula Health business and an executive in the Alula Technologies group. Alula Technologies is a technology group of businesses that focuses on building innovative technologies and solutions principally for the insurance, employee benefits and employer markets, as well as for the healthcare vertical. We are heritaged in the South African markets and birthed here, really. We've operated for many years, 20 plus years in the South African markets and on the African continent. And through the formation of the Alula Group in the last 2 years, we've now expanded into new territories. Alula itself is now headquartered and domiciled in the UK. I'm in our London office at present, here today. I'm based here. And really, this is our starting point for global growth. So we're really excited about the future of our solutions. Partnerships such as this one with ROOK offers a new dynamic to our offering, and really excited to work with a global partner who specializes in a specific area where we see strong synergies between what we're doing and what they bring from a partnership perspective.
Awesome.
Great. Thanks, Simon.
Well,
Marco?
super excited to be here. I'm Marco Benitez. I'm the CEO and co-founder of ROOK, and I'm from Mexico, but I live in the US, live in Miami specifically. And what we do in ROOK is we enable brands to use the wearables and medical devices information. So in our case, we are an API solution. We don't have like a front end, we are just behind, and we have tons of wearables and medical devices integrated in our own platform. But the most important thing is we elaborate and we standardize, normalize all the information so our clients can have this clear data and secure data, which right now it's quite important. As I said before, we are based here in the US, but we have clients all over the world. But mostly I'm super excited about this partnership with Alula.
So if you could give us a view or elaborate on the key objectives behind the partnership between Alula Technologies and ROOK. So what motivated both organizations to actually come together and explore what is actually, potentially possible to extend on, value with basically your clients?
Yeah. First of all, let me say that's the most important thing first. We have a lot of values, missions are very aligned. From our side, it's a natural fit because ROOK ingests all the data, very clear, very secure, as I said before, and Alula is the expert with the data analysis, the risk scoring, engagement with the end user. So this is a natural fit, which the goal at the end of the day is to have smart technology for underwriting, engagement, and risk assessment. So it's like at the end of the day, we are trying to hit and try to help people's lives. That's our final goal.
Yeah, it's interesting, again, it's sort of accessing that relevant data to enrich people's lives effectively. So those experiences, wherever you can, so how do you get closer to that end user or customer, and how can you play a role in enriching their lives, making them more informed, sort of getting them into a more, in being able to use their data and making it more workable for them, something they can actually easily understand. Simon, I'm going to shift to you. So how do you envision the integration of ROOK's wearable health data API with Alula Technologies solutions impacting the insurance and healthcare and employee benefits industries?
So, Nelson, for me, what Alula really specializes in is this ability to work with multiple different data sets, to be able to work with data on a level where we can apply intelligence to that information and really start understanding that data in a better way. What does that allow us to do? It allows us essentially to look at a consumer, whether you're part of an employer group or whether you're an insurance policyholder or a patient in the healthcare system. We're actually able to look at you in a way, considering your data, and really, I mean, in terms of understanding that information with appropriate consent, is we're able to then draw that data into our world. We're able to assess and analyze that data. We apply it into our bespoke algorithms, and really that gives us a very good understanding of what that person's health status is. At Alula Health, we're really excited about recent developments. We've launched an application, which is a front-end application into the verticals that we've described. So into insurance, into the employer world, and into the healthcare markets, where this front-end can be used as a risk understanding tool, but essentially as part of a broader engagement model. And I think from an industry perspective, I think organizations typically struggle with being able to understand their population or their end user population in a better way. So we're all about bringing that data together in a meaningful way, shaping and working with the intelligence I described, and really being able to present that back to our clients, who are employer groups and insurers and healthcare organizations, as I described, but present it back to them in a meaningful way. But importantly is be able to put that into the hands of the consumer or end user that really adds value to their life. So our concept is really about being able to have this companion that lives with you, and it assesses your health on a dynamic basis. It updates you in terms of an overall score, and you have that in your hands to be able to make decisions on. So really that ownership or empowerment of data is then handed through our customers and into the end users of our customers. And I think specifically to the point of our partnership with ROOK is that their focus and their strategy is around really building those integrations into the wearable ecosystem, into the device and hardware ecosystem. And we want to work with them. They're best in breed. We want to be able to work with them on and leverage off that capability. So, we extend into a broader data ecosystem with that applied intelligence, and really enabling each other to be able to grow. And I think that's essentially what we're aiming to achieve through the collaboration.
A few things that I picked up in a bit of what you mentioned there. The demand is most certainly there, and people are expecting, end users, clients, customers are expecting their organizations that they work for or that they're that they are clients of to better understand them and offer them more value. And I think the reality is that's presented then is the ability to access this key relevant data and making that available in enriching sort of the engagement layers as well as key processes, which is what I've heard from you, which all has an impact on improving decision making across the board, whether it be from organizations or insurers, from a risk perspective through to the actual user in making lifestyle choices to improve their health. Staying with you, Simon, and just shifting a little bit to the data privacy and security perspective. We know that within the digital landscape, it is a concern across the board. Perhaps you could just give us a view on how this partnership between Alula and ROOK address these concerns. Whilst sort of ensuring that we leverage the value available from health data. And how it's used within sort of the specific areas that you've previously mentioned.
Yeah, Nelson, so I think really at a principal level, Alula is compliance and certification around security of information and data is of utmost importance to us. So we take this matter extremely seriously. We apply very stringent measures as an organization to the handling of any data. I think specifically to the use case that we're describing here and through our collaboration with ROOK is that we share the same principles around data security and privacy and ownership of information. So really, From a principal perspective, we work with data in a way that is within the regulatory boundaries. We conform to in-country regulations and compliance. We work in a way that data is exchanged in a way that is consented to by the end user from start to finish. So our users would need to consent to their data being shared or being accessed for the purposes that I described earlier around applied intelligence. We host and maintain all of our technology solutions in cloud, which follow very stringent security measures around things like HIPAA and GDPR, PAPIA in South Africa. So we follow really a very tight regulatory and governance perspective of how we apply and work with data. For us, it's of utmost importance that our customers are really considered or we take a considered approach to how we manage their data, and they're comfortable with that. But ultimately, the end user would be able to give their consent or not to whether they're sharing their information as part of that process.
Thanks, Simon. Moving to you, Marco. So collaboration is often known to be the key to success in innovation-driven industries. Can you discuss the collaborative efforts between Alula Technologies and ROOK in developing and implementing solutions that really harness the power of wearable health data?
Of course, as you said before, innovation and collaboration is key. So since we are a very good fit between each other and complementary technologies, we strongly believe that this is something huge and we are going to do a lot of magic here. ROOK, from our side, we will work hand in hand with the needs from insurers, healthcare, and employees' benefits, and that can help the end users. On our case, we are adding more and more data sources, like not only wearables, but also medical devices, lab testing, DNA lab testing, and other assets and data sources that can help to improve and to see the holistic picture of the patient, end user, or member. This integration is just a start. Our roadmaps and vision, as I said before, we are perfectly aligned. And we will continue to see a lot of updates, innovations of both companies that will bring everything together to the end user. So again, collaboration is key to create innovation. So everyone is aligned with the vision and the purpose of each company. Definitely we are going to do a lot of great stuff. So it's key.
Thanks, Marco. Moving to Simon. Let's talk a little bit about the future. How do you anticipate the collaboration evolving in the future, and what opportunities do you see for further innovation and growth in the market?
So Nelson, it's a great train of thought here. For me, I think what really excites me is the ability to harness all these different data points that consumers are already generating, whether it's through their wearable device or through their mobile phone, or through, as Marco described, clinical devices, or maybe even laboratory or health information and records that are being generated by consumers already. The ability for us to harness that information, to be able to really make sense of it, apply that through our intelligence, bespoke algorithmic sets that really give that end user a very good indication of what's happening in their health. And for me, I think taking that one step further, and as we progress and get better and better at applying intelligence to that data, naturally the more data that gets generated through our model will help us identify further areas of understanding. But we are fast tracking into a world where we're starting to apply AI and machine learning processes to the data and the scoring capabilities that we already have today, to be able to start giving a consumer a lot more depth and insight into what's happening in their health. So for me, this concept really of, again, I referenced earlier, but having this health companion in your hand that's got an understanding of you on a dynamic basis, and is really kind of serving this meaningful information up to you to give you a status check. What's happening with me today? Where am I today? What do I need to look at or think about in a different way as a consumer? are there areas of my life that I need to improve on? Whether it's your steps or your sleep or your stress levels or, your blood levels, etc. Harnessing all of this information in a really meaningful way and then presenting that to the end user is extremely powerful. And I think alongside that is working with our existing customers and new customers about how we surface that information up to them. How do they get a better understanding of what's happening with their population? Again, if it's their employees or their policyholders, a lot of this information has not been gathered and harnessed easily by them or at all. So our capability really to be able to bring that to them in a meaningful way is very exciting. So I think we're moving into a world where we talk about medicine 3.0 and kind of the smart underwriting and smart engagement type of models. We're there already. So everything we do from here is just getting better and better and more compelling around what we do with that information.
Fantastic. Yeah, definitely exciting developments to look forward to, and for all of us, just living a more informed life, right? Just the ability to digitally being able to understand what is happening within your health and being able to do so in real time is incredibly valuable, and a bit of the future, and how that will be enriched as we move forward. So I think with that being said, I think we've come to the end of our interview, and I'm keen to get some final thoughts from you guys. Considering sort of all that you shared with regards to the partnership and all the exciting developments that we can look forward to. Mark, I think if you're happy to go first, maybe just a final thought.
Of course, I'm excited about this partnership. I'm excited about build these new assets for the end users, for us. It's like very aligned with Simon about the Medicine 3.0, where everything is around prediction and prevention. Prevention, it's everything. If you start to have very health habits and you do a lot of very good stress levels down, exercise, nutrition, everything together, everyone is going to be better. At the end of the day, for us, is be better. It's something important. So let's do some magic and do what we have to do.
Thank you, Marco. Simon?
I must just add, I think we live in a world that's, particularly from a healthcare perspective, is very reactive, and I think up until now it's been very difficult for organizations or even the consumer themselves to be able to engage in their health in a better way. And I think that's really what we're doing, in a very dynamic fashion, and partnerships like the one with ROOK enables us in a way to be able to fast track that learning and understanding. So, we're moving very quickly into this world of digitizing preventative healthcare, and a world where we're creating that really engaging and deeper understanding of someone's health status. So we're looking forward to the future. Partnerships like this are key to our own growth, and we look forward to working with ROOK in the US territory and in Europe and multiple others. So very exciting times ahead.
Thank you, Simon and Marco. It's been exciting to learn about the collaboration between Alula and ROOK, and I look forward to following your progression, and potentially having more interviews in future. Thanks. Take care.
Thanks, Nelson.
Thank you.